Spray, and I am here to read to you a book called Skippyjon Jones. And many of you might already know this book because we have heard it in the Media Center quite a lot. Skippyjon Jones is, as you can see on the cover, is a little Siamese cat, except for when he goes into his closet, he becomes something else. So we're going to find out what happens to him when he goes on some adventures after going in his closet. Before I begin, I want to remind you to do the Flipgrid after you listen to this story, and Mr. Tim Marshall will definitely be responding to you. And this is also a reading counts quiz, so make sure that you take the quiz after the book. Skippyjon Jones is written by Judy Schachner. And this book has a lot of Spanish words. However, if you keep listening to the context clues, the author is very, very good about telling you what that word means, so you don't have to guess. Every morning, Skippyjon Jones woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohickeys bird bath." The lecture went on and on, as usual. "You got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "about just what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And you stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was all alone, Skippyjon Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones, and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I'll land on my head." On his way down to earth from a very gigantic big bounce, Skippyjon Jones shot past his bedroom mirror and said, "Holy guacamole! What was that?" And so up he went again, and again it happened. And then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I'm not a Siamese cat. No, I am a Chihuahua." So, back on land, Skippyjon Jones climbed into his toy box and he rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and his sword and he climbed onto his mouse, Skippyjon Jones began to sing in a muy, muy soft voice. "My name is Skippito Fresquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo." Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippyjon come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." In fact, Skippyjon wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. And not long into his journey, a mystidioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay caramba, who goes there?" asked Skippyjon Jones. "We go by the name of the Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "And who are you?" "Oh, I am El Skippito, the great sword fighter," said Skippyjon Jones. When the smallest of the small ones spoke up and said, "Why that mosquito, dude?" Her name was Poquito Tito, and he said, "I go incognito. Do you like rice and beans?" asked Pintolito. "Oh, see, I love mice and beans," said Skippito. "He might be the dog of our dreams," whispered Rosalita. "Perhaps," said Tia Mia, "if he knows the secret password." And leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear. "Ah, chupichu." "Bless you," said Don Diego. "Gracias," said Skippito. "Then it is true?" declared Don Diego. And they all sang, "Yip, yippee, yippito." Skippyito! It's the end of Alfredo Bazito. Skippyito is here. We have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad Bumblebito. And all the chimichangos went crazy loco. And first, they had a fiesta. And then they had a siesta. You can see the difference in the picture. Fiesta, party. Siesta, looks like a nap. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bumblebito for Skippyito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. Alfredo Bazito, whispered the crowd. El Blimpo, Bumblebito, Bendito. Si, said Poquito Tito, that Bendito steals our frijoles. Not your beans, cried Skippyito, outraged. Si, Poquito continued. Red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue. Cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto and jelly beans too. And now he comes for us, Poquito added. Por qué? asked Skippyito. Because we are full of the beans too. And Don Diego stood up tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? asked Skippyito. And he said, the dude just wants his beans back. And you are the dog for the job. Me? asked Skippyito. And all of the chimichangos turned towards Skippyito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippyito had no time for a plan because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Skippyito, or it is you the Bendito will eato, they cried. Skippyito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. And in a muy soft voice, he said, My name is Skippyito, Frisquito. I fear not a single Bendito. But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Skippyito until the bean-eating Bendito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. He said, Holy frijoles, cried Skippyito as he thrust his sword in the air. And then, pop! Suddenly, a pop with the Bendito landing on Skippyto's sword, and quicker than one could say, Chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bazito, the Bumblebito Bendito. I don't know if you were thinking if that was a real bumblebee, but no, there is candy coming out of it. What do you think it is? Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yippee, yippito. Our hero is El Skippyto. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippyjon's bedroom that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls had to go find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's bedroom. Benguito, Crashito, Papito, Skippyto. And just in time, they saw Skippyjon's closet exploding. And then out flew Candy, Beanbag Doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippyjon Jones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a muy soft voice. And Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippyjon and covered his head with furry purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. And that night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippyjon began to bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippyjon Jones, called his mama. Buenos noches, mis amigos, said Skippyjon Jones. And don't forget to do the Flipgrid so Mr. Timmarsh can respond and take the reading counts quiz for points. Hope you enjoyed our story, Skippyjon Jones.